Geraint Thomas, of course, winning the Tour de France, getting himself the Sports Personality of the Year award, the 32-year-old, beating out the likes of Harry Kane and Lewis Hamilton for the top honour, as well as the likes of Lizzie Arnold, getting beating them out for the top achievement. Was this the right winner for this achievement? Anyone want to take this up?
I feel I said after he won the Tour de France, it's not an Olympic year. It's not it's not. I don't know. It's one of those years where there's not so much sport in which we would make you forget about him winning it, if you know what I mean. Because sometimes you'll have years.
Unless England won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Probably won it.
And I think because I remember when he won the Tour de France, and I've been following cycling since Geraint Thomas was even competing in the velodrome. He was always the second man at Team Sky. He was always the supporter for Chris Froome and Bradley Wiggins. And when Froome crashed in that first race, everyone looked at Geraint Thomas and said, "This is your year. This is your chance to win that yellow jersey." And he never expected it. He just thought, right, I'll take on each day. It's 22 days up the mountains and all that. I can't imagine how mad it is to be a cyclist. But I loved his character throughout. He was emotional at the end. He never expected it. Did the whole drop the mic thing on the stage, which was hilarious. And that, for me, that's why I said then he could win it. But I, at the same time, thought maybe Gareth Southgate, because I thought later on in the year, apart from the Tyson Fury fight, there was nothing really big for British athletes or anything like that.
From Ronnie O'Sullivan.
He
didn't even get nominated.
I mean, the fact that Ronnie O'Sullivan didn't even get nominated, it wouldn't hurt to just put him in the list, even if he doesn't.
I think he's been too controversial, throughout his career and stuff like that. That's probably why.
But not in a bad way. It's just to help the sport grow.
Because obviously, Tyson Fury didn't get nominated, but for me, he should have won it. But obviously, it's.
Why do you think Tyson Fury should have won it?
He battled with depression and stuff like that, on the brink of suicide to come back and of course he drew the fight, but I watched the highlights and he absolutely dominated Wilder. He made him look like an amateur. And the fact is that he got up from 2 knockdowns and everyone's saying oh my god, he he's out, he's KO'd, that was probably ring rust
from the dead, like the Undertaker from WWE.
He's not been in a proper boxing match for since he fought Klitschko. Of course he had to do combat fights, but those were just warm ups. It's probably just ring rust. That's why he probably fell after the punch. For me, he should have won it just for the story, but you can also see the reasons why he didn't get nominated for his views in certain certain ways of life.
Yeah, I think 2009 is going to be a big year for him as well, because he's going to, of course, have the rematch against Wilder,
which I think he'll walk through him again.
And if he is able to win that, then potentially further down in the year, come September time, there might be a date with Anthony Joshua, which would be probably biggest.
Joshua will probably dodge him or something like that, because he has a habit of dodging everyone who seems to be hot. He'll go and fight someone else who's
he didn't dodge Parker. Parker was world champion when he fought against him. Parker was undefeated.
Yeah, but I think with that one, they took it knowing that he could win.
Took him the distance.
But I think that he could have finished him off, though. I think with that fight, I think everyone's saying oh, Joshua's a knockout artist. He's never gone 12 rounds. What? Can he do it? I think that fight he could have knocked out Parker, but I think he went the 12 rounds to show to everyone, look, I can now go 12 rounds. Can we stop going on about I can't do 12 rounds?
Are we surprised Anthony Joshua wasn't on the final ballot then for what he's done this year?
I'm surprised he wasn't.
Yeah, I think he should have been on there because of just because of the Parker fight, because he won another bout, obviously. So I think he should have been, but the fact that there was only 6 nominations, I thought normally you'd have 12, so I don't really understand why that. They did the whole announcement on the night, which was new. It was. I thought I was a little excited by that. Makes it a bit different, but. I just mentioning Tyson Fury, he is the one boxer that gets to people's minds where whenever he goes up against someone, he messes with them mentally, and I think that's a really big game changer.
Kyle, Lewis Hamilton, according to the BBC, finished second in the voting ahead of Harry Kane in third. Was that the right positioning for him, do you think, because of the fact that he's already won back another title in Formula One?
Well, yeah. It is, of course, really, really impressive what he has accomplished in Formula One. I don't think anyone would really dispute.
Has he got competition now though? Because I don't.
No, Sebastian Vettel crashes all the time.
When
He's laughing. He knows why I said
Formula
that.
One, like before, it was like Vettel dominating. Now it's like Hamilton, and like when I do see minute bits of Formula One, like I don't recognise any of the drivers apart from Lewis Hamilton. Does that show that there's literally no competition for him?
It shows you don't watch Formula One enough.
I would say, in all fairness, there was serious competition in the really first half of the season.
Yeah.
It was neck and neck until about August, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Between the two.
When Singapore, that's when it.
Because Hamilton made the mistake at the British Grand Prix and Vettel won, but then Vettel made the mistake at the German Grand Prix and just went straight into the barrier.
Go on.
And then Vettel just kept
he went pear-shaped
making
after that,
mistakes after that. I would actually question. Lewis did a fantastic job during the season, but I would question: did Lewis actually win the title, or did Vettel lose it?
Give me a high five.
Yeah.
Give me a high five. Thank you. Thank you.
The thing is, I've always
So how
debated
old's
this.
Vettel
I've always debated this about
What
2016.
you need to do, what you need to do, Kyle. What you need to do, Kyle, is you need to go onto our YouTube, Let's Talk Sport, youtube.com/Let's Talk Sport. If you haven't seen it already,
Shameless plug.
go visit our Formula One videos and see me berating Lewis Hamilton and saying that he didn't win the title at all because of Sebastian Vettel making several mistakes throughout the
Let's
second
be
part
honest,
of the
who's
year.
going to remember that year? People are going to remember him as the world champion, like Nico Rosberg. I can tell you now, Nico Rosberg didn't deserve to win 2016, but he won because he won on the long haul on the points. He did though, because
Nico Rosberg definitely deserved to win
crashed.
2016.
Hamilton had a breakdown in Malaysia and in Spain because Mercedes gave him the shit. Excuse me, I nearly said it. gave him the worst of car because
Don't give me an editing job, Jamie. I don't want to edit. Come on.
And then I thought 2016 was Hamilton's year, but in the long haul, Nico Rosberg did it. For me, this year, Hamilton deserves the title, not because of Vettel's mistakes, but did you see him in Italy? That was an amazing drive.
Yeah.
And Vettel was in the race. He wasn't out of it.
Yeah, right. Let's move on to the team of the year, England netball team for their gold at the Commonwealth Games. But there's a lot of backlash about this over Twitter. People thinking that perhaps the England team should have gotten the award for their getting to the World Cup
I'm
semi-final.
actually really glad the netball team won it because I think you've got to also consider football has enough publicity. I love football, but it gets way too much.
I love this game.
Yeah.
I think we've had enough Patrice ever of references for this show. Thank you very much.
But I think, like, for netball, it's great. I was watching the news earlier, and I was thinking to myself, this is great for their publicity. It's great for the recognition of the sport because who talks about netball when you have a sports chat? Who goes to the bar and go, "Did you watch the netball last
I think
night?"
the argument
You don't
against
know my life.
I think the
I
argument
saw you at the park the other week.
I think the argument, though, against the netball was the fact that they won the great sporting achievement as well. Whereas a lot of people still think that,
That penalty shootout.
England's
Wait, great sport? You mean sporting moment or something?
sporting moment, yeah.
I think the sport moment should have probably gone to the penalty shootout.
I mean, I would have. I would only vote for what I thought about the year, and I would have said the penalty shootout because I remember watching it at a pub.
I remember
It was
biting my
crazy.
nails. I remember my girlfriend
It
was
was-
watching it with me, and she was like
The-
saying he's going to save this, and I was like, "Don't do this to me."
I don't know why they didn't pick the England penalty shootout because everyone in England was watching.
Yeah,
that, so.
yeah.
It was more of a shared moment by the population.
United the country.
yeah.
and the team.
Yeah.
Everyone
Brought
If
people
the
back.
negatives from that
into
World Cup.
football
Exactly.
for the
Exactly.
term of the tournament. And yeah, I'd agree. I would go with the penalty shootout. But
Yeah.
I think the netball team deserved the team of the year.
well, at the end
Because
of the
they
day,
actually won.
Yeah, they won.
We didn't. England didn't. Sorry.
Yeah.
England football didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't take part, mate. So.
And the
Despite,
reason
despite
why
the fact that you were in Gareth Southgate gear, but let's talk about Gareth Southgate right now. Coach of the year, was that deserving for him?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I'm annoyed that.
Put your mask on. Come on, you got it in for that reason.
Hey.
There you go.
I'm annoyed really because I was hoping that.
Don't speak like that. I don't think I can pick you up on the microphone, mate.
I'm annoyed he wasn't nominated for actual sports personality of the year because I thought Southgate was. He's
got a
changed-
bigger personality than Lewis Hamilton.
He's put love back into English football.
Yeah.
And international football, and I actually believe in England again.
This made me care because I didn't
Yeah.
care about England.
He's from zero to hero.
Like with the World Cup, I think England got exactly what they deserved losing in the semi-final because typically in World Cups, when England face someone who's ranked higher than them, they lost. So like it was no different with Croatia, and everyone thought like, oh, we're gonna make it all the way. Like England lost 3 games. and they were against 3 teams that were all ranked higher than them in the world rankings. Lost to Belgium in the group, lost to Croatia, and lost to Belgium in the 3rd place playoff. So England got exactly what they deserved in that World Cup. So like everyone's saying, oh, it's a massive achievement. Of course, getting to the semis was an achievement, but England got what they deserved. And the semi-final was probably the right outcome.
And I think. Sorry, go on, Carl.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
That's 'cause, isn't it? You could say in terms of achievement, like as you say, getting to the semis is a great achievement. But I would say that probably Southgate's greatest achievement of the entire tournament was he legitimately made me believe that England could win the World Cup.
Yeah.
And that hasn't been the case
Yeah.
for any international tournament with England.
The last World Cup was an embarrassment. Didn't get out of the group.
Yeah, I think a lot of people now are really excited for the Nations League, despite the fact that it's
such a pointless
it's
tournament.
it's a pointless tournament, and the
well,
competition's only
It
like
won't-
a year old.
It will mean a lot if we
If we win it, yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's